Our first performer is Pearl Ong in I Will Survive. Let's welcome Pearl.
I think I've been attracted to girls ever since I was 5 years old. And 9 years at a Catholic girls' school didn't help me. But it's the 60s, so I thought, boys then, I can do that. Like Bruce Lee said, be like water. But the feeling never left me, and if anything, it got stronger. In 1978, I moved to San Francisco, and it seems every homosexual in the world is here, or trying to get here. It's now or never. Am I a lesbian or not? In order to find out, I'll have to get a girlfriend. If you're gay and you don't drink and dance, don't even bother to come out. The whole culture is centered around bars. In a couple of decades, we'll have more options, like AA meetings. It's awkward venturing out to a lesbian bar for the first time. I checked out one near my apartment called Peg's Place. Everyone here was really preppy. They look like stockbrokers and lawyers. They look straight. I feel an eyesore in my painter's pants, my white t-shirt, and my red flannel shirt. I felt good when I left the house, and now, not so much. I love to dance, but I'm not much of a drinker. I start with the A-Digit, a white Russian. It's a sweet, potent mix of vodka, Kahlua, and cream. After a couple of these, I'm slightly more relaxed, but still too shy to ask anyone to dance. No one asks me to do it. If I could just get out on that dance floor, if I could just ask someone and they would say yes, then everything would flow from there. I'm a good dancer. Do I need a different outfit? Maybe I'll get one of those polo shirts with the alligator on it and wear it with the collar turned up. I make the rounds at all the bars. Maud's in Coal Valley has an eclectic crowd, but on Sundays it seems the entire softball league is in there with their backwards baseball caps and their sweatshirts with the arms cut off. Without a college degree, I can only get low-paying office jobs for which I have to show up on time in office attire. I've been going out a lot and staying up late, and I am not a morning person. I quit my straight job and started driving a taxi. I love to drive, and now I have an excuse. I really enjoy giving tourists the true San Francisco experience. Going from Fisherman's Wharf to downtown, I take Jones Street over Mount Hill. I speed up as we cross California, and then I watch my passengers in the rearview mirror as I let gravity and momentum take over. It's like driving off a cliff. Sometimes I warn them, sometimes not. We bottom out at Pine and curve toward Bush. To get over the scare, men like to focus on logistics. Whoa, you must have to change the brakes a lot. Oh, absolutely. We change them as soon as they fail. My fellow drivers are an interesting bunch. Steve has a master's degree from Cornell in English. He'd like to open a bookstore, but the binge drinking is an obstacle. Connie is wiry with shaggy brown hair. She likes to wear white shirts with a pack of cigarettes rolled up in the sleeve and a tie loosely tied around her neck. Her style icon is Patti Smith. She has a cratered scar from below her bicep past her elbow, on top of a distorted tattoo. Her mother had once been a real girl, not a tomboy. She ran away from home and started using heroin. One night, she tried to kill herself by injecting turpentine. She was lucky her veins collapsed before it reached her heart. She told me more than once how the surgeon had fought to save her tattoo, how kind he was, and how much that meant to her. Connie brings me to a lesbian dive bar called Scott's at the Ocean Sanchez. Monica, the bartender, is a tall redhead with a big presence. That's a snowfields. It's got a bar that runs down the length of the room on the right, pool table in the back, high bench next to it, dark wood paneled walls, cigarette machine, jukebox. On the busiest of nights, it has maybe 20 patrons. It's a neighborhood bar, sort of like a down market Cheers for lesbians. One night, Monica motioned for me to stay behind as she hurries out all the other patrons at 1:45 a.m. After she locks the door, she refills my drink, and she asks, "Would you like to do some coke?" Yeah, I'd love to do some coke. Cool. She cleans the bar, puts out a couple of lines, rolls up a dollar bill, and hands it to me. Oh, that is fantastic. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Not working tonight? Oh, I got out early, and when they started calling for short shifts, I turned it in. Do you like driving a cab? I think it is so cool. Do you ever get scared? It's good to be cool. There's a new lesbian bar on Valencia Street, and Monica and I are going. We have a drink at her place, put some coke in a bottle with a small spoon attached, and do a line on the way up. Amelia is only one of a handful of lesbian dance bars in the city, and it's got 2 levels. Downstairs there's a bar, banquettes against the wall, large framed photographs of Amelia Earhart, Greta Garbo, Katharine Hepburn on the wall. There's music that you can talk. You can hear the bass coming from the dance floor upstairs. Monica and I make our way upstairs, drinks in hand. It's hot. Monica's all dolled up. She's in full makeup, sequin top, flowing, colorful skirt, and platform sandals. I'm wearing my new gray baggy pants that cinch up at the ankles. And there's a loop for your belt pin so your belt doesn't ride up. They're French. And a major purchase at $69. Our friend and I spot each other across the room, and we double over laughing. We're wearing the same pants. Monica's checking out the room. She's 5'10" and mostly interested in which women at her eye level. Do you see anybody you like? I point to a blonde with wavy hair and blue eyes. You do like those blondes. Why don't you go over there and ask her to dance? She's been checking you out. Are you sure? Really? I think she's looking at somebody else. Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive comes on, and everyone jumps on the dance floor. And they sing along at the top of their lungs with feeling. Do you think I'd crumble? Do you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. I turn to Monica. There's a lot of bitterness in here right now. We both get another drink and get in line for the bathroom. We sponge into the same stall and do more coke. When we come out, I feel good, I look good, and I'm going to ask that blonde to dance. Why do people go to therapy when they can just do some cocaine? I'm a regular at Scott's now. I graduated with Scotch, Johnny Walker Black, straight up with a Beck's chaser. There's a new bartender, Lou. She is the cutest. She wears her hair short with the thinnest, tiniest braid down the back. Her blue eyes sparkle, and she's full of snappy comebacks. I tell the cab story to the bar to try and make an impression. Oh my God. Maybe I shouldn't smoke so much dope when I'm driving anymore because my short-term memory is just unhealthy. Last night, I'm going down Eddy Street in the left lane, and then I decide I'm going to go south of Market. So I got to change lanes to the right, and then make a right on North Fifth. I check my blind spot in the rearview mirror. There are 2 Japanese businessmen sitting in the back. How long have they been there? Where are they going? Where did I pick them up? I look at the meter, and it's running. The whole bar cracks up. Tomorrow, Lou and I are going on a date. almost every evening at the bar, we'll all decide we want to do some coke. So someone goes to the payphone outside, makes a call, goes somewhere to pick something up. By the time we get back, we're in serious need of picking it up. Connie and I take the bindle into the bathroom. She takes the wall off the mirror, cleans it, and dumps the contents on it. It's a flaky, translucent batch that crumbles easily under the blade. I chop it into finer and finer granules until I can no longer feel the crunch. And then Connie takes over, and she painstakingly divvies it up into even lines. Everybody piles in and takes their hit. When we come out, we're all in a good mood, and our favorite tune is on the jukebox. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. It occurs to me that I also have a Coke connection. Willie and I met at UC Santa Barbara. He looks like a surfer, but just like the Beach Boys, he doesn't surf. A bunch of us spent freshman year smoking dope and listening to Quadrophenia in his dorm room. I trust him completely. I dropped out. He graduated. He's a waiter now and a Coke dealer. One of the times I'm over at his place in Berkeley to buy food, he has a suggestion. Oh, you know, I could sell you 3.5 grams for $300, and you could make $50 or keep a half gram to yourself. Discount! I could afford a little bit of Coke, but not as much as I want. You mean like deal? No. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I don't want that much. Well, it's the second time we've been here this week. And I'll front you. You just pay me whenever you sell it. Take as long as you want. And if you change your mind, just bring back whatever it's like, and we'll work something out. Really? I don't know. Anyway, I can't deal with the scale and everything. Oh, let me show you. It's real simple. You just you put the paper in the scale, you weigh the paper, then you add 0.25 grams, and you put the Coke on it. You float it up, and that's it. Wow. Could I really do this? Who would I sell to? Well, the bar would be good for a week. And my friend Paul and his law school buddies, they'd be good for some. Eventually it would go. And I can always back up. Sure, I'm in. I weighed out 12 bingos on his kitchen table, and we do a line to see what we do. Reality hits when I get out onto the street. Sitting there is my 1965 Plymouth Valiant in faded gold and pink Bondo. You can see the stuffing coming out of the back seat. What I had wanted was a white Ford Fairlane with a red stripe and matching red upholstery. What I could afford was this. It just about screamed, "Pull me over, officer!" Okay, where to put the Coke? Not in the glove compartment with the registration, not in my jacket pocket with my wallet and driver's license. I know. I'll put the wallet in the glove compartment and I'll put the Coke in my pocket. I drive the speed limit all the way home. Halfway across the Bay Bridge, the slant 6 engine sputters to a slant 3 and threatens to stall on the Bay Bridge. I try to nurse it along. I give it a little bit of gas, a little bit of gas, a little bit more gas, a little gas. It's not working. Finally, I floor it, and it jerks to life. Phew. The first batch sells in 2 weeks. I decide to keep going. I buy a quadruple beam O-house scale and waterproof bindle paper. My parents are already mortified that I'm a cab driver, a night driver no less. Their friends think it's a euphemism for, Prostitute. I cannot get busted. To offset the look of the car, whenever I'm on a drug run, I put on black jeans, a nice shirt, and a tweed jacket. For good measure, I put a Parker pen in the pocket. I think I look like a college student, but I'm not really sure. I make sure all the lights on the car are working. And I have rules. I will never deal from the cab, and I don't do coke when I'm working. It is strictly recreational. I figure there's a lifespan to these things before something is bound to go wrong. I would do this for 2 years, max, and then I would quit.
Turn along, everybody. Great story. All right, but we're not done for the night. Our next performer is, sorry, I made such a mess here. Bennett Cappy in the second part of his full-length show, If Anybody Else Told Me That Story. In this excerpt, Bennett is on a psych ward waiting for a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation. He can't lie, but he has to be really careful about what he says. Please welcome Bennett Cappy.
I'm on a psych ward. I made a deal to come here so I could get out of jail. I've been here all day waiting to see a psychiatrist for a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation. Dr. Newman comes in around 7. Hi, babe. I'm Dr. Newman. How are you doing? I'm fine. Say, I can see you have a speech impediment. I can fix that if you want. It's been annoying. Look, it just keeps on talking. Too bad. I know how to heal people. I just put my hands on his neck and recreate another speech impediment right where the one he has is. Two things can't exist at the same time in the same place, and poof, we'll be gone. But he never do it. Can you tell me why you're here, Bennett? I know you've heard a story about me jumping out the window of a laundromat. I don't want to talk about it. It was all a misunderstanding. I'm not crazy, and I really don't need to be here. Well, according to the police report, you were dancing around inside a laundromat and jumped out a window. Sounds kind of crazy. Doesn't mean you are crazy or that you need to be here. The fact is, you're here on a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation. So, can we keep on talking? Yeah, I see what you mean. Can you tell me, what is the expression, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones means? Really? The Proverbs? I took Psych 101. I know where this is going. Well, I know what a lot of other people think it means, but I think it means if you live in a nice house and you're throwing stones, people are going to see what you're doing. They think you're really weird. Excuse me. Yeah, sure. It says in your ignition history, you've been only getting 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night? How's that been going? Well, about 3 weeks ago, I took a really big dose of LSD, and it released this amazing energy inside me. I hardly need to sleep at all. I feel great, and my reflexes are super sharp. Do you think you have special powers? Yeah, I do, but I'm not telling you. I'm in sync with the universe. Whatever I need to have happen, happens right then and there, right when I need it to happen. The other day, I was walking down the street and I think, if I'm going to be the new Messiah, I'm going to have to be an entertainer. Just then, I see a poster in the window for a dance class. And walk around the corner, the dance class is just starting out. The teacher puts me right in front of her. We dance, we connect. She gives me everything I know. Then, same day, in the middle of the afternoon, I'm walking down the street, right past the bar. I get this urge to go inside. I don't want to drink, and everybody's doing this twice my age, but I can't help it. I go inside, and I sit next to a professor-looking dude. We start talking. He's a writer. And I tell him I'm going to write a story, and he tells me everything I need to know. No, I'm just tapping this special kind of energy we all have. Anybody can do it. You just have to know how. What about from the LSD? Have you been having hallucinations? No, I never hallucinated at all from acid. Everything's just super sharp, like a hyper reality. He keeps asking me questions. I know he thinks I'm not quite right, but there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not endangering myself or others, and I've got it together to take care of myself. Finally, we're done. He doesn't say anything about whether we can discharge anymore or not. He just thinks. The next morning, I'm discharged. I'm out in the street. It's a clear blue summer day sky. Fort Collins isn't like Aspen. No frou-frou restaurants, no tourist boutiques, just real people, real stores, and real streets. This is where I found out who I am. Right here, 4 days ago, at the stadium, the Rolling Stones concert. Everybody there, they thought they were there to see the Stones. They were really there for me. They didn't know it yet. Someday they will. Then, after the concert, I tried to hitch a ride back to Aspen. Car after car passed me by. Nobody stopped. It was like Fort Collins didn't want me to leave. Then, 2 days ago, when I tried to teleport myself, like jumping out the window of a laundromat, I get picked up and thrown in jail. Fort Collins wants me here. This is where it's going to happen. Right here in real America. It's my 3rd day out of hospital. I've got a room in a student boarding house. I'm flat broke and looking for a job. Preferably in a restaurant, so I'm not starved. I'm walking down the street, and there's a poster on a telephone pole. Burning hell and damnation. Jesus saves First Baptist Church. And it's got a cheesy looking devil with a pitchfork standing over a burning abyss. I gotta have it. Look around, everybody's watching. Look across the hole. Right on the street. The Catacombs? It's a restaurant in the basement of an old brick building. Across the street, go down the stairway, in the door. It's dark. Nobody inside except the pretty young hostess sitting at a table. Oh, hi. Can I help you? Yeah, I just found this poster. I think it'd be perfect for your restaurant. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. It's cute. Do you know if you have any waiter positions available here right now? I don't know, but David, our manager, is in his office right now. I can ask. Hi, David. There's a young man here wanting to know if we have any waiter positions available. Okay. David says he can go right back and see him in his office. I go down a dark passageway. There's a door ajar, spilling light into the hallway. David's sitting at his desk, looking down at some papers. Gooseneck lamps casting ghoulish shadows on his face. He's got black hair, goatee, black suit, white shirt, black tie, cigarette smoldering in the ashtray. I'm taking it all in. Burning hell and damnation poster. I'm in an underground restaurant called the Catacombs, and it looks like I'm about to have a job interview with the devil. Oh, hello. Come on in. Have a seat. Apparently keep my knees from hitting this desk. So, you're interested in working here as a waiter. What kind of experience have you had? Oh, I just moved here from Aspen. I was working at the Aspen Pizza Company. What'd you do there? Oh, I was a dishwasher, but I'd like to work as a waiter. I'm sure I'd be good at it. He asked me some practical questions, like how many hours a week I want to work. And then he starts asking me personal questions, like where did I grow up? And then his tone starts getting more and more familiar, like he already knows me. And then he says, how soon can you start? Oh, whenever you need me. Come back this afternoon at 6 wearing black shoes, black slacks, white shirt, and a black tie. But I don't have any of that stuff. Come back this afternoon at 6 wearing black shoes, black slacks, white shirt, and a black tie. It's a command. And the fact that he hired me so fast, like he knows me, really knows who I am, scares the shit out of me. Did I just make a contract with the devil? Nah, can't be. I don't have the money to buy a uniform David wants to have. But I made a commitment come back at 6 and I can't break it. I always tell the truth and keep my commitments. And because I do, my word is law of the universe. Everything I say is true, even if it hasn't happened yet. David just might be the devil. Maybe not, but I can't take a chance. I better break my contract. I've got to be strong. I'm not afraid of him. He can't touch me. Godspell, the play. Christ comes back as a clown. That's it. I'm going to dress up like a clown, a merry prankster, and what would the David say? Hey, David, I'm sorry, but this just doesn't look like it's going to be a good fit. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. I've got a leotard and tights in my backpack for my dance lesson. I'll use them for my clown outfit. I'm walking back to the catacombs. See David. Gotta find a place to change. There's a head shop and a country western wear shop right next to each other. Head shop looks like a better bet. Walk inside. Deadhead owner gives me a nod. Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, hi. Do you want to go use your bathroom? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. It's over there. I walk inside the bathroom. It's tiny, just enough room for a sink and a toilet. And it's got 2 doors, one for the head shop and the other for the country western wear shop. I changed into my black tights and my green leotard shirt. Pull up my socks over my tights. Put on the grippy slippers they gave me in the hospital. And I top it off with a red bandana around my neck. More like a jester than a clown, but it'll do. I'm ready for David the Devil, whoever he is. There's 2 doors here. This is where it's supposed to happen. The old me comes in this door, and the new me goes out that door. Complete transformation. Dale Bennett. That's what they called me at the hospital. I've got to get rid of old Bennett Kathy and make room for the new Bennett, Dale Bennett. I'm going to fake my death. Like it's a comedy. I'm going to make it look like I flushed myself down in the toilet. I start digging through my backpack, looking for stuff I could throw in the toilet bowl like it wouldn't go down after I flushed myself. Dirty socks. Toss them in. Film boxes. Don't need them anymore. Dirty underwear. A half-eaten granola bar. It's all floating around in the bowl, like clogging up the toilet. And I take a bottle of hand lotion they gave me at the hospital, and I squirt. Goodbye, cruel world. Love, Bennett. with the line going right down into the toilet bowl. They toss the bottle in after it. This isn't about David or the devil anymore. It's about me coming out to the world. My time has come. This is it. I can see it. The whole world's going to be waiting for me right outside that door. Yeah. Walter Cronkite, the crowd, as he introduces me to.
This is Walter Cronkite, World News. Tonight, for the first time in 2,000 years, a new Messiah has emerged, and his name is Ben.
Something like that. Walk through the country western wear shop with my head down, so you don't have to look at anybody into the street, and the street is empty. No Walter Cronkite, no 6 o'clock news, no nothing. But the guy from the head shop who's running out the door, grabs me by the arm. Why did you do that? You just can't go in somebody's bathroom and mess it up like that. Who do you think you are? I'm sorry, but I'm telling you who I am. You're gonna think I'm crazy. Dude, I already think you're crazy. We don't say anything more. We just stand together in the middle of the street, waiting for the cops to come. He grips my arm like a vice. I guess this is the way it's supposed to happen. I was only in my jail cell a few hours. Laura, the lady social worker, doesn't waste any time, makes arrangements with the city Fort Logan, the state hospital in Denver. And as I'm being let out the door in handcuffs, I can hear her talking to another cop. I just don't understand it. When I was talking to him, he seemed so normal. Don't worry, Laura. Someday you'll get it. And someday, everybody's going to get it. And it's going to be huge.
How about another round of applause for David Chapman? We're not done yet, though. No. Our third performer tonight is Barbara Brady in Dating on the Road to Medicare. Barbara is riding in a taxi, talking with the driver. Can it be that he's chatting her up? It's great to be talking to someone her own age and a cute guy. It's a welcome reprieve from being the live-in caregiver to her 84-year-old dad. But it doesn't last long. Did she mention dad's in the back seat? And now, please welcome Barbara Brady in Dating on the Road to Medicare.
It's Easter Sunday. I'm riding in a taxi, chatting up the driver. He's chatting me back. He is good looking in Kenny Rogers before all that plastic surgery kind of way. And he has a certain physical characteristic I cannot resist. You have a very sexy voice. You're not a singer, are you?
I'm a bass player, jazz bass.
I'm a singer, jazz. It is great to be talking to somebody my own age and a cute guy. I don't get out much. My situation is middle-aged, divorced, living in my childhood home with my But not because I'm pathetic, right? Boy's 84. He refuses to downsize and move to assisted living. So me and my sister help take care of him. Right now, I'm the live-in daughter. From time to time, I get some freedom, but only when Dad's hospitalized. And this time, they won't let him come straight home. So he's been temporarily transitioned to Sunnyview Gardens Nursing and Rehab Center. Since it's a holiday, he gets a day pass to come home for dinner with the whole family. My sister did the cooking, and she made sure to include plenty of Dad's favorite delicacy, saturated fats. Sis, Dad's nutrition plan is right here on the fridge. Did you even look at it? Oh, lighten up, it's a holiday. Wait till you taste this, Daddy. He ate 5 slices of ham, 3 helpings of scalloped potatoes, 4 dinner rolls, and 2 desserts. What can I do? Get between those 2? But now I'm in this taxi. Dad's in the back. I'm taking him back to Sunnyview. He's in a wheelchair, and I found this special van that accommodates the wheelchair. Happened to come with this special driver. You're a singer? Sing me something. While tearing off a round of golf, I may make a play for the caddy. But when I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. All the songs in my head. Not bad. Good, actually. Did I mention I play bass? Our trio plays down in Cupertino. You should sit in with us. Give me your number, I'll text you. And then from the back of the van comes this. It's Dad. It's gross. And it's not over. Hang on, Dad. We're almost there. We get back to Sunnyview. Open up the van. Turns out it wasn't fart. It was a shit. There's diarrhea all over the floor of the van. What the hell? I am so sorry. I'll take care of this. You, it's right there. I raided a supply closet for gloves and some of those sanitary wipe things. There's still a thing happening there, right? Just because I'm scraping poop off of a floor mat doesn't make me unattractive. I mean, when you're dating on the road to Medicare, there's a whole different set of criteria for your perfect love match. You need somebody who's going to be there when the shit hits the fan. This is going to make a great How We Met story. While scraping up a pool of shit from my poor incontinent daddy, despite the fool, I still fell for you, my adoring jazz-bass caddy. Oh, we are going to laugh about this someday. Just like everything else, this problem is mine alone. I'm going to die alone. And I'm never going to get that gig in Cupertino. To paraphrase Betty Davis, elder care ain't no place for sweeties. It's easy to forget, though, that this phase is just a tiny part of really unremarkable. As a young man, Dad parlays a few years' experience as an airplane mechanic into a tech startup because he's the only guy on the planet who can solve the problem of radio frequency detection in quadrupole mass spectrometry. And when I say he parlays, I mean Mom does parlaying. Dad's not a parlayer. It's Mom who urges him to go after one of those science jobs back when Silicon Valley is still the prune capital. Dad is a nervous nerd with limited social skills, but he's very handsome, very sweet, and very persistent. Which is how he comes to marry our mother, a gregarious, business-minded party girl. And when Dad says, well, Elaine, I think we need to make a change here, she takes it as a marriage proposal. And it was. She gets him. Dad is the life of the party when surrounded by engineers. If life of the party means the men all joke about how to isolate the vermouth molecule, have one martini apiece, and fall asleep on the couch, while their wives get hammered and tell bawdy stories. And what's drummed into my head from the time I'm little is, isn't it amazing what your father has accomplished with only a high school education? He's a loving father in his way, but growing up, his love runs so silent and so deep, I need to develop a psychic connection to share it. And early on, I figure out that the way to Dad's heart is through science. Daddy, will you help me with my sets and numbers? That's the new math they're teaching when I'm in the first grade. Daddy, I don't understand. N turtle plus N bird equals N turtle and bird? Well, let's have a look. Seems to me what they want us to think about is the notion of a set, which is a concrete object. Putting together sets is a concrete operation, whereas adding numbers is not an operation on a physical object. A number is a property of the set. So you see, N turtle plus N bird equals the set, turtle and bird. What do you think about that? It's algebra. Now things get really exciting. We can start to put together algebra and geometry, starting with the Cartesian coordinate plane. Just maybe the greatest mathematical achievement of all time. Can't you just feel the love? Daddy, there's this really cute boy I like. Daddy, there's this really cute boy I like. Daddy, don't you care about my psychosocial development? Well, no. What I care about is your immortal soul. When I was little, we became Catholic. Before we went to Mass the first time, Dad gave a quick overview. Catholics celebrate the Eucharist with the miracle of transubstantiation. I don't understand any of that. But what I'm excited about the celebration and the miracle, and when we get to church, the music is a bonus. Praise to the Lord, the Almighty, the King of creation. This is going to be fun. Daddy, what's that gold box on the altar? That's the tabernacle where the Holy Ghost is. Ghost? Before I can ask a follow-up question, down the aisle comes a man and some boys dressed in long robes, and they're swinging a metal box with stinky smoke coming out of it, and they go right up to the tabernacle and start chanting incantations. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, I froibo ad altari Dei. They are conjuring the ghost. Now bear in mind, at this age, my reference for ghosts is the banshee in the Disney film Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Ooh, it scares me so bad, Mom has to take me out of the movie crying. So when the priest opens the tabernacle, he reaches in and out comes crackers. I kind of wish there was a ghost. It takes me about 25 years to figure out what Dad actually said was that's where the Holy Host is, not ghost, host, which is what Catholics call communion wafers. Okay, that moment though, I think that moment of terror was an actual experience of the awesome power of God.
Another round of applause for Barbara Brady. All right, we're going to go grab 2 more chairs and get some questions in a moment. All right, folks, so here's your chance. All the things you wanted to ask on the red carpet, you can ask right now. And Alexa, whenever you're ready, you can lower the music. Oh, thank you so much. Anybody have any questions? There's pretty much, I mean, you know, within reason, nothing's out of bounds.
Oh, we'll answer it.
Where do your story come from? Your pet, where did it come from? All of you, when you write, let's start with her. Autobiographical, true.
So this particular story was true when I was 21. I had my first medication for LSD. It was not diagnosed because of the LSD. So this is a part of a longer piece of work that covers how it started right in the middle of career therapy, and it brings me up to this. So everything really happened. I just had to kind of abbreviate some things, but I really did go to, I even have a picture of it, the catacombs. I went to Boulder for columns, and the rest of it's gone, but you can still see the stairway coming in. Anyway, yeah, so.
And same for me, autobiographical, but embellished by stuff I think I'm well and right it.
You all be in the same class, or?
Barbara and I have been in a couple of classes together.
Like over several years.
Yeah.
Dave, and I think we all started at David Ford's.
Yeah,
But,
you had the same teacher.
but I never worked with her.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So what do you think has changed since you started? I got further and further for a few years. I don't know how long you've been doing it. So what's different? How do you feel? Yeah, about performing, about your you know.
Okay, after that, so about 12 years ago, I had my last manic episode, and I knew exactly what was going on. No delusions or anything, but took it all the way to the very end where I was awful lot for about 12 days. And then a couple of years after that, I didn't want to let go of it. I knew I had to take medicine, but I love the stories and some of the predicaments I've been in, and especially the intensity of life that can't be experienced any other way. So I wanted to talk about that instead. So I started out telling the really crazy fun stories, and then after a while, I got that in my system. I was like, yeah, those are fun, but don't really need to do that anymore. And then it started getting deeper into the dark stuff. So I never intended to be therapeutic, but I will say this, that it's made me not want to go back and stay in meds, which is a problem, like other people often think, no, I don't just like anymore. I do.
And for me, I didn't start out to write a full-length show, but I ended up writing a full-length show because I just kept taking a class and writing stuff and putting it together. And then I haven't done performing of this nature before. I've done choral singing and group singing and some cabaret singing and that kind of thing. So to me, it's just an evolution of learning how to perform and learning how to perform it multiple times and just sort of see what happens through the performance.